Friday, April 13th, 2012. We're here live at East Feliciana, the Feliciana Tiger relays here in Clinton, Louisiana. Joining us, we're here, of course, covering your Madison Prep Academy Chargers. They just completed the boys' 4x100-meter relay. We didn't do so great. We did kind of come in towards the end, but there are plenty of events left to go. Right now, we are in the midst of the girls' 1,600-meter events. Try to get you some different views.
Set the hurdles up in lane 4, 5, and 6. Hurdle crew, I need you to set the hurdles up in lanes 4, 5, and 6.
And we will be getting.
Who was your hurdle crew?
Getting onto the hurdles very, very shortly. As you can see, we have a little bit of a different view here, and a canopy kind of blocking part of the track. We'll try to get you some different angles as we broadcast today. Cloudy day today. Temperatures right around 75 degrees. Very gentle winds. Very nice day to be outside. We do not have any Madison Prep Academy women in this heat. We have Glen Oaks, we have East Feliciana, and there's another school I have not been able to identify yet in this particular section. Baker High School runner in the lead in this particular heat. Excuse me. So it definitely seems to be a lot of distance here. It looks like the young lady from Baker is way, way out in front. Wow. She's running with a lot of gusto to say, I believe this is the final length of this race. She sure is. So Baker's going to finish first. And, excuse me, what school are y'all with? Okay, thanks. And it looks like Wilkerson County, Mississippi is going to come in second and East Feliciana third. Will, do you have any results that I could maybe broadcast over? Catch people watching?
Nah, they hadn't sent me nothing yet.
Okay.
They hadn't sent me nothing. They probably sent them up to them when they get.
Alrighty. So that concludes. Was that a Baker runner who was first, or was that Glen Oaks? I couldn't tell which red that was. That was Baker?
Because they had red on.
Okay. So that was, in fact, Baker High School first, Wilkerson County, Mississippi second, and East Feliciana finishing third. There is the starter's pistol. And they're off. Looks like your Madison Prep Academy Chargers are in the front of this. This is a boys. I want to say this is the 400 for the boys. And if that is correct, that would be Arthur Stewart, who's in the front. I'll get a better look as they come around. A lot of very talented athletes at Madison Prep Academy.
For the 100 and the 110 hurdles, please check in at the starting line.
And very shortly we'll have 100 and 110 hurdles.
110 hurdles. Participants, please check in at the starting line.
Okay, and actually this cannot be a 400. So let's see. This is an 800. This is not a 400. I stand corrected. That's Don Clayton and David Johnson in this section for Madison Prep Academy. Don Clayton and David Johnson. Running the 800. This should be the final lap of this heat. So here everybody coming, if I'm not mistaken, this should be the home stretch. I do apologize. One disadvantage of having a day job as I do is unfortunately I get filled in a little bit after the fact. Let's see if anybody's going to make a push.
First call for 100-meter dash, boys and girls. First call, 100-meter dash, boys and girls. Please check in at the starting line.
Okay, folks, I got to be way off best. This is a 1600 with Don and David. 1600. Not an 800, I'm sorry, folks. Definitely see a big difference between the boys and the girls. Just with their rate of speed and their pace of running on these longer distance runs. I mean, you saw the women. Of course, there were only 3 women in the heat involving Baker, East Feliciana, and Wilkerson County. But still, definitely more of a marathon kind of pace as opposed to the boys. I won't say they're sprinting, but they're certainly moving a lot faster. They're not pacing themselves as much. Then again, there are just looking at it, I believe 8 participants in this section. We have Glen Oaks High School, we have Bel Air High School, we have Madison Prep Academy. I have not yet identified the school in the light green, but we have 5 different schools. Strike that, 4 different schools with 2 different runners. So a lot of participants there. That's the gun indicating that we are, I believe, in the final lap. Right now, Glen Oaks is in front. Madison Prep right now placing 5th. Madison Prep in 5th. There's one of our Madison Prep runners. I'm not sure if that's Don or Dave. I've not had a chance to meet with either of those young men yet or spend as much time with the track team as we have with football or with basketball, but nonetheless, this school does produce some fine athletes. Looks like Madison Prep is not going to finish in the top 3. Still ought to get some points out of this. Or has a chance for some points. Looks like we're going to finish 5. And you can see there's a very, very furious charge towards the finish line. All right, I said it was a marathon and not a sprint. Well, this is a sprint now. We have Glen Oaks in first. Looks like a Glen Oaks teammate in second. Looks like the Glen Oaks Panthers are going to run away with this one, folks. Wow, they might as well have a baton. Glen Oaks first, Glen Oaks second. Bel Air third. We have a Bel Air runner competing with Madison Prep. It looks like the Madison Prep Charger runner is gaining ground, and looks like he's passing. Looks like the Chargers will finish in fourth. Madison Prep will finish in fourth in the boys 1600. Good job for that young man. Again, I'm not sure. On my list here, I have Don Clayton and David Johnson in there. I'm not sure if that's Don or Dave. Again, I've not spent quite as much time with the track team as I have with the other sports that we've covered here at Madison Prep. But nonetheless, Prep will finish fourth. And looks like this will bring up the rear here. That's our sixth runner. We have another Madison Prep runner at seventh. And watch out, someone's coming behind him. We certainly don't want to finish last. And that's exactly what's happening as we move past. And so I guess the good news is we have one Madison Prep runner finishing fourth, but another young man eighth. Of course, it wasn't a very wide margin, but still, nobody wants to be last. So that will conclude the boys' 1600 meter run. We also have some long jump action going on over in the, looks like the east end zone over there, if I have my directions correct. Looks like the sun's going down a little early. Hopefully, you can see there are a few clouds in the sky. It's only not quite 6:30 yet, but the lights are on already. It is a little cloudy. I don't think there was any heavy precipitation in the forecast this afternoon.
Second call for boys and girls 100-meter dash. First call for boys and girls 800-meter run.
So the boys 110-meter hurdle coming up very shortly. Competing for your Chargers, you can probably see all the way at the end, all the way to the back near the parking lot, that blue jersey belonging to Madison Prep Academy. In the 110-meter hurdles, you have Aggie Palmer, who's supposed to be competing for Madison Prep, and I believe that is young Mr. Palmer stretching way, way, way in the back. Again, if you can see the parking lot all the way, pretty much in the middle of your screen, and you see a young man stretching, that is Aggie Palmer of your Madison Prep Academy Chargers. And we have some long jump action going on there, or triple jump action. Oh, okay. It's a Glen Oaks participant right there. I don't see anybody for the Chargers lined up in that event, but I certainly will keep you all posted if so. I am not sure if Madison Prep has taken its reps in the triple jump thus far. Okay, actually we have Corey Brumfield and Johnny Duncan Jr. are listed as the participants for the triple jump. I would definitely know Johnny a mile away. That's a young man I did get to become very familiar with during the football season. Fine running back for your Madison Prep Charger football team. And there go the hurdles for the girls 100-meter. It's Wilkerson County, Mississippi, and East Feliciana. We have none of your Chargers in there, but we're certainly going to bring all the action to you. And looks like Wilkerson County will finish in this two-girl section, the two-girl heat. First, East Feliciana second. Wow! And it looks like Bel Air Academy had a very nice triple jump. Almost ran out of sand there. Triple jump is over there by the goal post, kind of in the upper, close to the middle of your screen, but more in the upper left quadrant.
I need you to move the hurdles up to the blue. And up 2 notches. Move the hurdles to the blue and up 2 notches.
you can see right there, the hurdle crew is preparing.
Boys and girls 100 meter dash. Second call for boys and girls 800 meter run. Second call for boys and girls 800 meter dash.
As you can see, the hurdle crew is preparing other hurdles, raising it up, looks like about 4 inches, 3 to 4 inches for the boys. And Aggie Palmer for your Chargers will be lining up and ready to go very, very shortly. This is actually quite a view from the catbird seat here, and I will tell you that if you have any apprehension about heights, what I'm doing will not be ideal occupation for you. It's pretty high, almost on the lounge, at least 60 feet in the air, 50 or 60 feet in the air. But that's what you got to do to bring the action home to the people. We'll be starting very, very shortly. Hurdles are being paired. And while we do have this break in the action, I'd like to take a moment to thank the sponsors who've been with us all year long. Williams Construction for all of your home and commercial building and construction needs. Please contact Williams Construction in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Also, Golden Medical Equipment and Supply on Wooddale Boulevard, where the patient comes first. And there's the gun, and here we go. So, we have a missed hurdle by the Bel Air runner, and Aggie is way out in front. I think the Chargers have this one about halfway down the stretch. We're at the 6th. There's another tripped hurdle, and we're at about the 80 meter mark. Looks like Austin was not clipping. We're in good shape there. So, Madison Prep, very quick finish. Right there at the 5th line, it was Aggie Palmer for the Chargers. And good finish for Madison Prep in that first section of boys 110 meter hurdles. Meanwhile, we have Glen Oaks competing over there in the triple jump. Ooh, somebody wiped out pretty hard. Looked like he was tackling an invisible ghost in the sand as he's brushing off his uniform there. So I'm not sure if he tripped and fell or what happened there, but yeah, he doesn't look too pleased with himself. Starters pistols in the air for the second heat. This will involve Wilkerson County. I believe that's Glen Oaks and Bel Air High School. Guns in the air. And they're off. So here we go. Looks like Bel Air has an early lead. We're at the 40 meter, 50, and we have looks like a dead heat between Glen Oaks and Bel Air. Looks like Glen Oaks is pulling just a bit ahead. None of the hurdles knocked over yet, but they're definitely hit. Oh, and that should be a fault. That should be a fault because the Wilkerson County runner went around the hurdle at the 100 meter mark. Looks like Glen Oaks finished first in that heat. We'll have to get the official time though to see if the time was in fact better than Aggie Palmer. Aggie was very, very quick out of the gate on that, but that's going to be very, very close between first, second, and third between Madison Prep, Glen Oaks, and Bel Air. So the hurdles are being removed. And if I'm not mistaken, the next event we have will be the girls' 100 meter run. And we do have one Madison Prep participant in there. I do not have a name on that young lady, but Madison Prep does have one participant. Looks like we have Madison Prep, Baker, and Wilkerson County. And, there's the young fellow that just Just pulled off a very nice time for Glen
boys and
Oaks.
girls 800 meters run. Final call for boys and girls 800-meter run. First call for boys and girls 4x100. First call for boys and girls 4x100.
So Madison Prep is in very colorful. So it's in light blue. A young woman in light blue and gold uniform, one in red and one in green. The light blue and gold be our runner for your Madison Prep Academy Chargers. In red is Baker High School, and on the right in green is Wilkinson County. The starter's gun is in the air, and they should be off very shortly. They are taking their mark. Now they're set. Okay, and the gun is not fired. Maybe there was some blanks in that gun, I don't know. And meanwhile, Madison Prep runner going with the triple jump. I don't think that's Johnny Duncan Jr. I don't think he's quite that tall. But nonetheless, that was a triple jumper. Decent shot. So here we go. 100 meters, and wow, look at that young lady for Baker. She is way out in front. And looks like Wilson County second and Madison Prep third in this heat. That was a very, very nice dash time for the young woman from Baker High School. That's in East Baton Rouge Parish. Second heat, we have for the girls East Feliciana High School, Glen Oaks High School, and another Wilkinson County runner. So we have two runners for East Feliciana, one for Glen Oaks. So we have four participants in the second heat. Here's I'm looking closely. My eyes are just deceiving me left and right. Two for Glen Oaks, two for East Feliciana, and one for Wilkinson County. From left to right, in case you, depending on how well you can see, from the left, Wilkinson County, then Glen Oaks, then two runners for East Feliciana, and then a runner on the right side of your screen, or more to the right of the track from your point of view, and that is Glen Oaks starters, pistols in the air. They take their marks. They're set, and they're about to come out of the blocks any moment now. Now they're set. There's the gun, and they're off. It's like Wilkinson County might fare a little better here. And we have, looks like first Wilkinson County, second and third Glen Oaks, and East Feliciana taking up fourth and fifth. Very, very tight race there. I doubt there was more than a half second separating any of those runners. So nice job there by those young women. And now we'll have the boys 100-meter relay coming up very shortly. Coming up any moment now, actually. For your Madison Prep Academy Chargers participating in the 100 meters. Are E. Troy Williams and Derek Pate, both playing on the Madison Prep Academy football team. E. Troy Williams, of course, a senior. Derek Pate's an underclassman. I believe he's just a freshman, actually. But don't quote me on that. I'm not sure. I do not have a very good view at who's running. That looks like Derek. I believe that's Derek Pate for your Madison Prep Academy Chargers. My view is not much better than yours on the screen. Much like you can probably see these school colors and the names. Very hard to make out faces from this catbird area, but I'm pretty sure that is Derek Pate lined up there. And so here we go. We have Bel Air Academy, Baker High School, Madison Prep, and looks like two from Bel Air. There's the gun, they're off. And there go. Oh, wow, look at Derek go. Yeah, you can see him hustling, and yeah, there's Derek Payton. He is gone. He is going to probably beat it out by about a good half second. Catching up is the Baker runner, and looks like you have a Bel Air runner in third. So Derek Payton of your Madison Prep Academy Chargers finishing first in the second section of the boys 100-meter run. Good job for Derek. And we have a third section coming up momentarily. I'm sorry, that was the first heat, not the second heat. So this, going from left to right on your screen, we have a runner from Baker, we have an East Feliciana runner, 2 Wilkinson County runners, and the one on the far right, I believe, is also East Feliciana. And they're off. That's Bel Air. That is not East Feliciana on the right. That is East Feliciana. I got to get some glasses. But that makes no difference. It looks like the runner from Baker finished first, second Wilkinson County, third East Feliciana, and fourth East Feliciana, and fifth the other runner from Wilkinson County. So we'll be turning now to the third heat. We'll be turning to the third heat of the 100 meters. And in the third heat, we have on the left, probably can't see too well on your screen, as I can't either. We have East Feliciana, Glen Oaks, 2 Glen Oaks runners, and E. Troy Williams of your Madison Prep Academy Chargers. The young man jumping is from Glen Oaks, just to give you some perspective. And if you can see the other leaper right there, that is the East Feliciana runner, E. Troy Williams, all the way on the right. He's already in the taking his mark. He's getting into the set position. The start, his pistols up in the air. They made their mark. They're set. And they're off. And looks like, I'll tell you, E. Troy Williams is a very speedy young man, as I saw from football. And right now, E. Troy is in front. He's just been passed though by the Glen Oaks runner. Oh, looks like he's run out of gas. E. Troy is going to finish fourth. We have Glen Oaks, both their runners first and second. East Feliciana. Where's that Bel Air? And he might have pulled up. He is pulling up a little lane there. Might have pulled something during that. East Feliciana third, and E. Troy Williams of your Madison Prep Academy Chargers finishing fourth in that third heat of the boys 100 meters. E. Troy is still on the ground. I hope he's all right. He may have pulled it. He finished the race and finished it. Still some good motion, so I'm hoping it's just a hamstring that he pulled there. Coach Johnny Duncan Sr. helping E. Troy over there.
For boys and girls 4x1. Second call for boys and girls 4x1.
So we have a break in the action. If I'm not mistaken, this is the girls 800 coming up. And the runners are taking their positions. In this first section, I do not see any runners for Madison Prep. Meanwhile, we still have some triple jump action going on over in the east end zone. The girls lining up for the start of the 800. Do not see any Madison Prep runners. From left to right on your screen, from left to right, lane 1, looks like a Baker runner. Not identified the school with the kind of tealish green colored jerseys, uniforms in lane 2. Lane 3, East Feliciana. Lane 4, Glen Oaks. Lane 5, Wilkinson County. Lane 6 appears to also be Baker High School. So it looks like they have 2 runners in this section from Baker in the 800. And you can see in there, you'll see a difference. You'll see that the way in which they're running is they're pacing themselves a little bit more deliberately than the boys. And of course, that young woman from Glen Oaks is way out in front early. But in these longer distance races where it's not a dash, and it's not a matter of how you start, it's definitely a matter of how you finish. And do you have enough gas at the end? Can you push at the end? Because anybody who has great closing speed towards the finish line is going to have a tremendous advantage in these types of events. Glen Oaks runner is well out in front. As you can see, that's probably the only runner you can make out on your screen right now. Now here come the rest of the pack. Wilkinson County, 3rd. East Feliciana, I'm sorry, 2nd. Wilkinson County, 2nd. East Feliciana, 3rd. Baker, 4th and 5th. And school I've yet to identify in the green. They are in 6th. I believe that might be Bel Air Academy's girls. Try to get some information on that very shortly. And as you can see right here, unlike the boys, and you can see even the Glen Oaks runner, the young lady for Glen Oaks who was in front earlier, how she's kind of taking it down a notch. You're not quite having to pin her ears back as she runs. And right there, a Wilkinson County runner. Now you can see she isn't pinning her ears back either per se, but she is definitely closing some ground on the Glen Oaks runner in first as they turn the corner. And she's making the home stretch, and then again our Glen Oaks runner puts a little more in the throttle. She has tremendous aerobic capacity and endurance. She's really pulling away from the pack. Wow. And unless our runner from Wilkinson County has a nitro in her bloodstream, wow, look at her go. She's actually picking it up towards the end. Glen Oaks is going to go run away with this heat in the 800. Wilkinson County coming in 2nd. What a good job by that young woman. East Feliciana 3rd. There's our probable 4th place finisher. I think that's a Bel Air runner. And Baker 5th and 6th, and you can see that definitely those 2 young ladies for Baker ran out of gas. Maybe they're more of a short distance running team. And that will conclude the girls' 800 meters. So the boys 800 should be next. Now the question is there another? No, there is not. Just trying to figure out if there was another section of girls running in the 800, but there is not. I see boys already lining up on the track. So we have a Madison Prep runner on the left. I think, and I certainly could be mistaken, but I believe that's Don Clayton on the left, if I remember correctly from a couple of meets back and some other events that young man ran. But I certainly cannot verify that. Based on the information I have in front of me from before the meet, Don Clayton and David Johnson should be running in this 800 meter run. Looks like we have this on your left. That's a Bel Air runner. Your Madison Prep Academy Chargers. I believe it's Don Clayton in the second lane. Lane 3, Wilkinson County, Mississippi. And lane 4 appears to be an East Feliciana runner. Those shades of blue are very similar. I'll be able to tell once they turn the corner.
Final call for boys and girls 4x1. Final call for boys and girls 4x1. First call for boys and girls 400.
And you can also see in the middle of the field there a couple of Charger runners, a couple of Madison Prep Charger runners preparing for the 4x100. That set of events coming up next. Meanwhile, looks like our East Feliciana, I believe that's an East Feliciana runner, and he is way out in front as he's about to turn the corner. About to make that third turn and make the final turn very, very shortly. As you can just see, the boys have just a different, and that is a Bel Air runner. That's not, East Feliciana's in last, in the back. You can see those shades of blue are very, very similar, but the Bel Air runner well in first. You can just see the boys aren't quite as paced as the girls. Chargers right now in fourth, but that is why this is a longer distance run. This is not a dash. Although for the moment the East Feliciana runner has passed. I believe that is Don Clayton for the Madison Prep Academy Chargers. You can just see the boys. You notice in the girls' events, as they came around for the second lap, for example, even the leader from Glen Oaks pulled it back just a notch to save it up. And really with the boys, it's a very deliberate speed the whole way through. Now, as you can see, there's your Madison Prep runner. There's Clayton. He's trying to pick it up a little bit as we're coming into the third turn and heading into the final turn very, very shortly, and the home stretch. Now, let's see if he has some closing speed, if he has some acceleration, and see if he has some nitro in there. Maybe he can make a push, but I'm just reading his body language from here. It doesn't look like he has a lot left in the tank, and actually the Wilkinson County runner looks like he has saved it for home stretch. It looks like he has his nitro boost, and you can tell he's tired, but you can tell he's pushing himself. And looks like Madison Prep now has a runner. Clayton's closing in a little bit on him. It looks like we might get second here, and we will. Bel Air third and East Feliciana fourth in that section. So that concludes the first section. That concludes the first section of the boys' 800 meter. Also, we have a participant in the second section of the 800 meter. That is for your Madison Prep Academy Chargers, and that will be David Johnson. David Johnson for the Chargers. I sincerely hope I got the order right. It is not. What you see is what I see, and it's hard to see faces from this far away. We have Glen Oaks, lane 1, Wilkinson County, Mississippi, in lane 2, lane 3, Bel Air Academy, lane 4, Glen Oaks, lane 5, Glen Oaks, lane 6, East Feliciana, and in lane 7 is David Johnson for your Madison Prep Academy Chargers. And they are off, and they are moving with very deliberate pace. They're coming around that fourth turn very, very quickly. And it's a tight race. It's a dead heat. It is a dead heat. At the moment, at this very moment, Glen Oaks first, Bel Air second, Glen Oaks third. Not anymore. Make that East Feliciana third, Glen Oaks fourth, Wilkinson County fifth, Baker sixth, Madison Prep in seventh. But I would not read too much into that. As you can see, a very, very little distance separating first and seventh. So there's another 400 meters to go, and anything can happen. Let's just see what kind of acceleration that Johnson has. And if he does have that acceleration and the ability to close, this is certainly anybody's race. But for the moment, we have an East. We have a Bel Air runner in first place. Glen Oaks second, Glen Oaks third. East Feliciana, Wilkinson, and Baker all in a dead heat for fourth, and Madison Prep right now.
All boys and girls.
Madison Prep taking up the rear at the moment.
All boys and girls.
And looks like the Glen Oaks runner is really picking it up now. He is really picking up with some speed. And we might have a foot race here in the final 100 meters. Look at this. Bel Air, Glen Oaks. Looks like Bel Air's pulling in front. Holy moly. And you might be going another. I don't see any closing from Glen. I do see some closing from Glen Oaks. Hang on a second. This could be a photo finish. First place just barely is Bel Air. Second, Glen Oaks. Third, Glen Oaks. Fourth, Wilkinson County. Fifth, Baker. Sixth, East Feliciana. And Madison Prep finishing out this race.
In the event, we need you to clear the infield. If you are not participating in an event, you need to clear the infield.
And there we are with a request from the public address announcer to clear the infield if they're not participating. I think I hear that at every event I go to, and that seems completely unheeded. But hey, wouldn't be doing his job if he did not ask.
The same zone for the 4x1 is goal to goal all the way around. It's goal to goal all the way around.
And what they're announcing right there is that the exchange zone for the 4x100 meter relay, essentially a 400 meter run with four relay runners, can be exchanged anywhere on the track. There is no restricted area or restricted zone for handing off the baton. It can be exchanged anywhere on the track.
Boys and girls, 300 meter hurdles. First call for boys and girls 300 meter hurdles.
So the girls 4x100 meter relay run participants
Are you ready?
are lining up. We have in this section, in the first heat,
Are we ready?
on the left side of your screen, Glen Oaks. In the middle, East Feliciana. On the right, Wilkinson County, Mississippi. So we have three teams participating in this 4x100. checking the exchange zones, make sure everyone's ready.
Change zone 1
Exchange zone 1 is up. There's the white flag. There's no white flag from 2. You can see the man over there waving that white flag in the air over in the first exchange zone. That is indicating that those runners are, in fact, ready to go. Second exchange zone, which would be more to the middle. There's your second exchange zone. I still don't see a flag in the air.
Zone 1, are you ready?
Exchange zone 1's ready. There's the flag.
2, are you ready?
2, I don't see a flag.
Change zone 2, are you ready?
He's saying no. Okay, and there's the flag for 3.
3 not ready.
Now they're ready. There's the white flag. I don't see any flag for exchange zone 2. I'm not sure if he went flagless today or
3 is ready.
the wind took it or what. Maybe they're just special hand signals. Who knows? There's the gun, and they're off. They're coming up on the first exchange zone. And right now, I'd have to say Wilkinson County has a slight edge. But wow, this second runner for Glen Oaks has got some speed. Look at this. Here comes the second exchange. Oh, boy. And East Feliciana's busted out in the lead here. This is going to be very, very close. I would say it looks like East Feliciana's ahead, well ahead right now. Let's see what we have. I think she has too much of a cushion. Looks like East Feliciana's going to finish first in this heat. Second, looks like Wilkinson County could edge it out, and Glen Oaks just third by an eyelash. Again, East Feliciana first, Wilkinson County second, and Glen Oaks third. So it looks like, I believe that's the only heat for the girls. Looks like the boys are lining up now. And we do have, for your Madison Prep Academy Chargers, and they're 4 by 100 meters for the Chargers. Arthur Stewart. I see 5 names here. I see Arthur Stewart, Corey Brumfield, Etroy Williams, Derek Pate, also Garner, Christopher Garner. There's 5 names there, but there can only be 4 runners. I'm not sure who's in this, and it's hard to see from here. I can only imagine that Derek Pate, with his blazing speed, would be in this, as well as Etroy Williams, who, in spite of coming up a little short in the 100-meter dash, has got some pretty good closing speed. And there's the gun. Looks like, okay, this is only a 2-person heat, so your Madison Prep Chargers not in this one. Holy moly, look at the speed on that young man from Baker. Wilkinson County, Baker and Wilkinson County in this first section of the boys, 4 by 100. And Baker's way, way out in front right now. There's the exchange. There's the second exchange. But look at this, Wilkinson County. The Wilkinson County runners closing in, and this is going to be interesting. This is going to be, could be a photo finish. There's the exchange. Baker right now in first. Wilkinson County closing very quickly. Wow, look at that speed. Well, Baker, if there was any doubt, it just got erased in an eyelash, in the blink of an eye. That young man is speed. In fact, he had to slow himself down. He almost went into the trees over there. He was running so fast. That is a very speedy young man, and I'm very interested in what his final time was in that event. So again, we have E. Troy Williams, Arthur Stewart, Corey Brumfield, Christopher Garner, and Derek Pate listed as possible participants for your Madison Prep Academy Chargers in the 4x100. But again, there can only be 4. I can see Derek Pate actually over here in the near the east end zone. He's in the 3rd exchange zone. And I believe that's E. Troy Williams in the 2nd exchange zone. So I just can't make out who these other 2 runners are. That may very well be Corey Brumfield in the starter's block for the Chargers. It's just really, really difficult to see, especially with his back turning. But we have Madison Prep on the left, in the middle. We have Bel Air Academy, and on the right, Glen Oaks on your screen. Flag is up. 1st exchange zone is ready. I do not see a flag for the 2nd exchange zone. 3rd exchange zone appears to be ready. I don't see a flag man at all for exchange zone number 2. Okay, starter's gun is in the air. And the runners are taking their mark. They're set. And they're off. Madison Prep. I want to say that's Corey Brumfield. I'm pretty sure. I cannot make out the 2nd runner, but we'll find out very shortly. There's the exchange. And wow, there's some speed going on in that 1st exchange. Here comes the 2nd exchange. This could be a photo finish. Looks like your Chargers are a little bit behind, but not too much. There goes, I think that's Arthur Stewart running there. Derek Pate's going to get this baton last, and I'll tell you, he's got, oh my goodness, that blew it. That blew it for Madison Prep on the final exchange. That is really unfortunate. Fine running job there between East Feliciana and Bel Air. East Feliciana first, Bel Air second. 3rd is Glen Oaks, and there's Derek Pate wrapping it up for Madison Prep to finish 4th. And that is very unfortunate because Madison Prep, was pretty much a dead heat. And had Pate gotten that baton, I think that's E. Troy Williams over there. No, it's not E. Troy. It's too tall. I'm not sure who that was. But if that exchange had taken place, I think the Chargers would have won that heat because Derek Pate's speed is just as fast as those young men were in the anchor, in the anchor exchange. Derek Pate is just, from what I've seen of him, has just got a lot more top speed. There's Coach Lewis and Coach Duncan out there consoling the runner. I didn't see who that was that fell, though. There's the gun, and the girls are off. We have your Madison Prep Academy Chargers and Glen Oaks. This is, I am not sure which event this is. I believe this might be an 800 event. Madison Prep in the lead in this section. Well, you can really see the Madison Prep runner laboring a little bit there. But this has to be a girls 400. It is a 400. Madison Prep first and Glen Oaks second in this section. So this is, in fact, the girls 400. In the second section, we have on the left, Glen Oaks, on the right, Baker High School. Because of the black uniform, the Glen Oaks runner might look like a speck on your screen. She is in lane 3. Glen Oaks, strike that. Glen Oaks in lane 3, Baker in lane 4. Okay, actually, we have 4 runners in this section. I stand corrected. I apologize, folks. Look to the left. In lane 1, Wilkinson County. Lane 2, also Wilkinson County runner. Lane 3, Glen Oaks. And lane 4, Baker High School. There are 4 young ladies there. Again, the Baker runner might be very hard. The Glen Oaks runner might be really hard to see. They're set, and they're off. And you'll get a clearer view in just a moment. And actually, we do have a Madison Prep runner way on the outside. I could not see her from the trees. And folks, your Madison Prep Academy Chargers are way, way, way in front. We might take first in both of these sections of the girls' 800-meter run. Madison Prep first, Baker second, Glen Oaks third. You can see the Glen Oaks runner there about to pass the Baker runner in red. Fourth and fifth, Wilkinson County, as you can see in the green in the back. Madison Prep in the powdered blue tops and gold, with gold lettering and gold shorts. Oh boy, she might be running out of gas. And might have put a little bit too much throttle on it early, as the Chargers have been passed now in this heat. Baker is taking the lead in first. Looks like the Glen Oaks runners really labored. Did I say 800? I meant to say 400. While it looks like Madison Prep will get second, but that will be all. Baker first, Madison Prep second, Glen Oaks struggling. Actually does not even finish third. Wilkinson will finish third, and Glen Oaks fourth. Wilkinson also fifth. Looks like the Glen Oaks runner pulled up lane. She might have pulled a hammy or a calf. She really had trouble finishing, and you could see the expression on her face down the home stretch. She was having some trouble. She's being helped off by her teammates there, and hopefully they can rub that out and she'll be all right. Madison Prep, though, good job there. We lost the lead a little bit late as the Baker runner just had that extra nitro boost and pulled out in front. Still second place, very respectable in the second heat, and first place in the first heat.
For boys and girls 300-meter hurdles. Final call for boys and girls 300-meter hurdles.
So now we will have the
first
boys.
Call for boys and girls 200-meter dash. First call for boys and girls 200-meter dash.
The boys 400-meter run about to start in a moment. Arthur Stewart running for your Madison Prep Academy Chargers. That's Arthur Stewart. And they're off. Okay, Arthur Stewart's not in this heat. The first section is Baker and I won't be able to tell till they turn because the Bel Air and East Feliciana uniforms are so similar. That's Bel Air Academy. So we have Bel Air and Baker in the first heat. The second heat is Arthur Stewart from your Madison Prep Academy Chargers. It's like a Bel Air runner and a Wilkinson County runner. And actually, if that's Bel Air, I'm wondering if that's not an East Feliciana runner. No, that's another Bel Air runner. Their uniforms are very, very similar, folks. So please have a little patience with me here. I'm not trying to confuse you, but again, you can see what I can see. And it looks like Bel Air is going to very comfortably finish first this heat. Wow, a lot of distance between he and the Baker High School runner. Not quite the closing speed that the girls had. So second heat for the boys in the 400-meter dash, 400-meter run rather. I see I believe that's two East Feliciana runners. Hang on, let's see here. I'm going to go from right to left. If you can see the young man in the red top, the red jersey, that's Baker High School. It's in lane. Okay, I'm going to have to see who's participating in this. Looks like Madison Prep, Bel Air, and Wilkinson County in this heat. And they're off. And we have an East Feliciana runner. So we have on the left, in lane 1, East Feliciana, lane 2, Arthur Stewart of your Madison Prep Academy Chargers, lane 3, Bel Air High School, lane 4, Wilkinson County, and Arthur Stewart way in front. Well, not way in front, but he is in front right now as they go around the first turn. Stewart still the lead. Now you can look at that young man though for East Feliciana. He has some very long legs, and they could very well carry him.
Miss Anderson.
They're coming around turn 2. Now turn 3 in the home stretch. Arthur Stewart has a chance. He's in front. The Bel Air runner closing in, though. He definitely looks a little bit more comfortable with the closing speed. Arthur Stewart still on his feet. He's going to get past. And I don't think he's... Well, let's see. Yeah. It looks like Bel Air first. Arthur Stewart of your Madison Prep Academy Chargers second. East Feliciana third. And Wilkinson County, Mississippi taking up the rear in fourth place. So, good showing there for your Madison Prep Academy Chargers, finishing second in that second section of the boys' 400 meters. Third section, Wilkinson County in lane 1. Lane 2 looks like East Feliciana from here. Lane 3, Glen Oaks. And lane 4, also Glen Oaks. Again, from left to right in green, Wilkinson County. East Feliciana, this lady with the white shirt helping him out in the starting skate. Glen Oaks. Okay, we actually have 6 runners. Glen Oaks, lane 5. Also East Feliciana, lane 6. Baker High School, and this section of Baker showing a lot more speed than the first section in which Baker finished last. Right now, if you can see the young man in the red moving right to left on your screen, Baker is well in first place in this heat. And coming into that second turn, though, did not favor Baker so well. He's been passed by the Glen Oaks runner, and looks like there is an East Feliciana runner giving chase. East Feliciana now coming into that third and final turn. They are first. Glen Oaks pulling in front. Glen Oaks will finish first. East Feliciana second. No, East Feliciana not second. Glen Oaks runners first and second. East Feliciana third and fourth. Baker fifth after that fast start, and Wilkinson finishing sixth. So Baker not faring so well in the 400-meter run. After a very fast start, the Baker runner was out to well in front. I'd say by at least 15 or 20 meters. He was passed going into that second turn and never saw the light of day again. So, good showing there. Again, Madison Prep Academy finishing second. Arthur Stewart of Madison Prep finishing second in the second heat of the boys 400 meter. So we have
the
girls shot put results coming up.
Frederica Scott, Wilkinson County. Second place, Ranisha Chris, East Feliciana. In first place, Amber Palmer, Wilkinson County.
And the shot put Wilkinson County finishing first and third, as you just heard. And East Feliciana finishing second in the girls' shot put. While we have a break in the action, as I believe they need to set up for the hurdles next, I'd like to take a moment to thank our sponsors who have sponsored Madison Prep Academy sports all year long.
Girls discus throw. Third place.
Girls discus throw results coming up.
Censor Baker. Second place, Alicia Washington Baker. First place, Marlisha Hollins, East Feliciana.
East Feliciana first, Baker second, and Baker third in the girls discus throw. Anyway, we'd like to thank Williams Construction, who's been a proud sponsor of Madison Prep Academy Charger sports all year long. For your residential and commercial building needs, please contact Williams Construction in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Golden Medical Equipment and Supply, where the patient matters. If you have older relatives, mom, dad, grandparents with special needs, maybe they need a walker or a special chair, contact Golden Equipment Medical Supply, where the patient matters, on Wooddale Boulevard in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. And of course, the Daily Hat Trick, the most informative and entertaining sports blog on the World Wide Web. If you like sports, if you like to have some fun with sports, and you like to look at a little eye candy every now and then, fellas, log into www.thedailyhattrick.com. That's all one word, thedailyhattrick.com.
Boys shot put. Third place.
Boys shot put results.
Wilkinson County. Second place, Michael Burns, Madison Prep.
Michael Burns of Madison Prep in the boys shot put, second.
Cameron McKnight, East Feliciana.
Good for Michael Burns. Michael Burns, who I affectionately call the butcher on the basketball team, second place for Madison Prep in the boys shot put. Go ahead, Michael.
Boys discus throw.
Boys discus results coming up.
John Albert, Glen Oaks. Second place, Michael Burns, Madison Prep. First place, Justin Hewer, Wilkinson County.
So the butcher cleaning up here in the field events. Michael Burns, second place in the boys discus. First place was to Wilkinson County. Third place was Baker. So we have the boys 300-meter hurdle coming up any moment now. Those hurdles got set up quickly. I was impressed. And from this distance, I don't believe any of your Chargers are in this first section. Really hard to see from here. From where I'm saying, it looks like Wilkinson. Actually, this is the girls. The girls, we have Wilkinson County, Glen Oaks, and East Feliciana in this first section of the girls 300-meter hurdles. That's Wilkinson County in green, Glen Oaks in black on your screen, and in blue with the gold trim is East Feliciana. like Glen Oaks has got an advantage here. Now, the Glen Oaks runner is moving, but she seems to be laboring a little bit. And the Wilkinson County runner might have had a chance to pass. So Wilkinson County's going to get in the first on this. That's Wilkinson County first. Wow, and actually East Feliciana second, Glen Oaks third. So she went from first place to last, from first place to third in the blink of an eye on that final turn. Rough break there. You could see her laboring going into the final turn. Wilkinson County will be first in that section. Now the boys are lining up. For the boys, 300-meter intermediate hurdles, David Johnson and Adgie Palmer.
Hurdle crew, move the hurdles up 2 notches. Move the hurdles up 2 notches.
And they will adjust the hurdles here for the boys, moving it up just a little higher. Looks like, I'm going to guess that's 6 inches. I guess it's about 6 inches that they're moving it up for the boys. But again, that's just a guess, and I certainly could be wrong.
The winning throw in the boys' distance was 108.3, 108 feet, .3. The winning throw in the boys' shot put was 43 feet, 6 inches.
David Johnson and Adgie Palmer getting ready for Chargers. From this distance, it is really, really hard to see. But from this distance, I believe that is David Johnson in the outside lane. From left to right on your screen,
Winning jump for the girls' high jump.
first runner.
4 foot 10 inches.
First runner looks like David Johnson, then Adgie Palmer. Then there's a Bel Air runner. Possibly an East Feliciana runner. It is an East Feliciana runner.
8 feet 3 inches.
And then another Bel Air runner. So if I'm counting correctly, I believe there are 6 runners who are going to participate in the boys' 300-meter intermediate hurdles.
For the girls' shot put was 32 feet 1 inch.
They're getting their positions. The starter's gun up. I can't see from it. The gun is up. It's Glen Oaks all the way on the outside. I did not count the Glen Oaks runners. So we do have 6 runners here. Glen Oaks at the moment in first, but Palmer and Johnson very quickly giving chase. At the moment, Madison Prep ever so slightly in the lead, and I do mean ever so slightly. Bel Air has just taken the lead. Right now we have coming down the home stretch, Bel Air in first. Big lead there, so it looks like Bel Air will win this one. Second, though, we have Johnson and Palmer for Madison Prep. I believe that's Palmer in second. Johnson looks like, oh, we have a foul, so I'm not sure how that'll affect the final standings. Madison Prep second. Third through fifth, I couldn't tell you. Third through sixth, I couldn't tell you. Glen Oaks, looks like that was David Johnson who came across first for your Madison Prep Academy Chargers. And then Palmer, a Glen Oaks runner, and the East Feliciana runner all seem to come in almost at the same time. Now again, the Bel Air runner crossed the finish line first, but he did not go over the third hurdle. And I'm unclear on how the penalties work in track and field, but I can only imagine that some time would get docked for that, and so possibly your Madison Prep Academy Chargers may have finished first in that section. We'll have to wait for the official results. So we have the second section.
Boys high jump results.
Second section of
Third
boys.
place for the jump of 5 feet 8 inches, David Voorhees, Wilson County. Second place for the jump of 5 feet 8 inches, Josh Colton of Bel Air. And for the winning jump 6 feet, Kevin Johnson, Landry.
Oh, wow, the Wilkinson County runner wipes out very badly. That's the second Wilkinson County runner in the boys 300-meter hurdles. That was a tough spill. Wilkinson County in the high jump, third. Bel Air, second. And third, I believe they said, was Landry. Didn't realize Landry was participating. Actually, we have a Landry runner participating right here. We have East Feliciana. Looks like they're going to finish first in this heat. Landry second. Glen Oaks third. But there's a foul by both the Glen Oaks runner and the second East Feliciana runner. Wilkinson County, and another foul. My goodness. They cannot clear that last hurdle. So Wilkinson County fourth and fifth. So after the penalties, I'm not sure who's going to end up where in that section.
Final call, 200-meter dash. Please report in at the starting line. Final call, 200-meter dash. Please report in at the starting line.
We had a total of 3 fouls
Boys and girls.
in that last hurdle. And of course, the Wilkinson County runner, the one who was in second for Wilkinson County, he wiped out very badly on the first set of hurdles. So that was a very perilous 300-meter intermediate hurdle for those young men. Again, Bel Air finishing in first in that heat. Landry second, and then it was fouls away. East Feliciana wiping out with a foul. So there's a mascot just getting down with the javelin out there. He is having a blast in his own mind because I don't see anybody out there even photographing him. What in the world is this guy doing? So, we have in this event, and I believe this is the girls. I'm not sure of the distance on this one. I think it's a 200-meter dash. And looks like your Madison Prep Academy Chargers are looking pretty good on this one. Looks like we're going to finish first. Oh, boy. Oh, the Glen Oaks runner catching up. They are both getting kind of gassed towards the finish line. And Prep finishes first, and just by an eyelash, Glen Oaks will finish second in that heat of the girls' 200-meter dash. Second heat lining up. There's the gun. We have 6 runners here. Madison Prep, Wilkinson County, East Feliciana, Glen Oaks. Wow, look at the Glen Oaks runner. She is blazing. Another Wilkinson County runner. So 2 participants from Wilkinson County and Baker High School. Here they come down the stretch. Wilkinson County right now in first, being trailed by Glen Oaks and Baker. Baker now in second place. Wilkinson County hanging on. I think Wilkinson's going to finish first in this heat. They're really laboring towards the finish. So we have Wilkinson, then Baker, Wilkinson, Madison Prep, East Feliciana, and Glen Oaks in that order. Madison Prep finishing 4th. Madison Prep finishing 4th in that second section of the girls' 200-meter dash. And the boys are lining up right behind them. We're coming up on 7:30, and there were some clouds in the sky earlier, but so far Mother Nature has been kind to us. Who in the world is this mascot? That's got to be East Feliciana, based on the colors. This dude just enjoys speaking softly, or actually not speaking at all, and carrying a big stick. I mean, that's the only mascot we have for any school here. And he is enjoying himself immensely. Maybe he wants to try out for drum major. That kid's got way too much energy. Now they're doing the neck dance. Looks like he's entertaining a couple of children. Okay, so here we go. Boys 200-meter dash. In this heat, we have... Don't see the Chargers in this heat. Glen Oaks, and it's a 2-person heat. Glen Oaks and Bel Air. Wow, look at that speed on the... I'm sorry, not Glen Oaks, Baker and Bel Air. And Bel Air with the advantage, but the Baker runner trying to close in. I don't think he's going to close quickly enough, though. Bel Air is going to finish first. I believe, yes, Bel Air finishes first, and about almost a full second behind, actually, was the runner for Baker. Meanwhile, for your Madison Prep Academy Chargers in the boys' 200-meter dash, as you can see, he kind of took a practice start out of the gate. Boys 200 for your Chargers. We have Christopher Garner and Derek Pate. Christopher Garner and Derek Pate, who I believe should both be in the second heat. Now, I cannot see from here. I believe Derek Pate is in lane 1. I believe he's in the back. Again, this is, you see what I see, you see what I see, and they're all the way across the field. That's about a good 200 feet away from where I am. I see Coach Lewis and Coach Duncan both working with him. I believe.
Girls javelin throw.
Well, I'll get a better view when they come around.
59 feet.
But I think that's Derek Pate in lane 1.
East Feliciana.
So we have 2 Madison Prep runners, Derek Pate, Christopher Garner, a Bel Air runner, a Wilkinson County runner, and an East Feliciana runner. It's a 5-person section.
First place.
And let's see, that is definitely Derek Pate in lane 1. Christopher Garner, though, really booking it. And let's see, we have the Bel Air runner in first, but we have Christopher Garner giving chase. Derek Pate falling behind, and I think we're going to have Bel Air first. Garner still has somebody behind Garner for second. East Feliciana maybe third. Derek Pate finishing 4th, and Wilkinson County finishing 5th. So Bel Air looking very, very good on both sections. Bel Air finishing in first place. Christopher Garner, who was losing ground, but I do believe Garner came in second. And then just by an eyelash, the East Feliciana runner came in third. Pate 4th, Wilkinson County 5th.
And girls, 32-meter run. 70 final call for boys and girls, 32-meter run.
And folks, that
in the boys' long jump results. Third place. Jumping 19 feet 5 inches. Rayshawn Curtis. Breaker.
second heat of the 200 meters. Glen Oaks
Second place.
first. Photo finish for second between Baker and East Feliciana. 4th was Glen Oaks. 5th was Wilkinson. So Wilkinson not faring very well in the 200-meter dash, finishing last in both sections. I'm sorry, that was the third section. And Wilkinson brought up the rear. And folks, I believe that will conclude your Madison Prep Academy Chargers participation in this track meet. Let's take a look. The field events have concluded. Madison Prep has participated in the 100, the 200, the 400, and the 800. Completed both hurdle events, both the 110 and the 300.
From the boys javelin throw, in third place, Kenneth Dixon from Bel Air. Second place, Michael Addison from Baker High. And first place, Ronald Jefferson, East Feliciana High.
The 4x100 has completed. Now the boys still have the 4x200 and 4x400, so we still have quite a ways to go. We still have a couple of relay events remaining, unless those events began before we began broadcasting. Right now I can see Coach Lewis and Coach Duncan talking with Derek Pate on the field. No, they're warming up. That might very well conclude it. I'm going to try to get down there and have a word with the coach and see what they have to say. Again, ladies and gentlemen, this is certainly a work in progress. This is Louisiana All-American Sports, just our third time covering track in our first year, and it's a work in progress. I do this for love of the sport, not for financial compensation, so I do in fact have a day job. And cannot get out here until the running events have started. And unfortunately, I missed most of the field events. But we're going to get down there and try to talk to Coach Duncan and Coach Lewis and get a word for you. Your screen's going to go black just momentarily as I have to go down that very, very long catwalk unless somebody wants me to fall 20 feet to my death. I got to put the camera away.
All right, now.
We'll conclude Madison Prep's participation. I'd like to thank you for staying with us through the blackout. Again, I had to go down with that.
Report to the awards table to receive your awards.
And it looks like they're going to hand out awards, so I do believe we have concluded.
Guys, watch your pace. You alright? Good job, Brian. You good?
Coach! I'm going to try to get a word with Coach Duncan in a minute.
It's not even cool.
Oh, man, I got to chase Coach down.
James gonna run this.
Coach! Looks like we might get a word with Coach Duncan. Hey, what's up, Johnny? Hey, Coach. Look, we're rolling live right now. I want to see if we can get a quick interview with you since I finally caught you.
Where you at? You up in there?
I was up in there. I have a quick question. Do we have any more events from Madison Prep today?
Yeah, we have the last event of the day is the mile relay. We have boys and girls running.
Okay. And when is that going to take
Right
place?
after the 3,200 meters,
Okay.
and then they put them load on the track.
Alrighty. So I guess help catch the audience up a little bit with the field events because we only caught the very tail end of that. And I see Michael Burns placed in discus and shot put. Is that correct?
He placed in the discus, shot, and the javelin.
So he cleaned up.
He placed second in the shot, second in the discus, and second in the javelin. Johnny placed third in the javelin, sixth in the discus.
All right.
So we did pretty good in the jumps. Corey Brumfield placed fourth in triple jump.
Okay. All right. And I saw Corey jumping earlier. Now on the boys 4x100 meter relay, from where I was standing, we looked like we had an excellent chance to win that until the very end. What happened there?
Well, first of all, Troy Williams, which was our original ankle leg, ran the 100 and he pulled the hamstring. So we
Saw
had to
that.
get Derek Pate the ankle leg. So Corey came around. When Corey brought him the baton, Corey thought that Derek was about to cross the penalty line out of the zone. So he decided to stretch. Once he stretched to reach the baton, he lost balance and he fell.
I see.
So that's what happened. So Derek never got the baton, and we was in excellent
Yeah.
position to win it
Yeah.
today for the first time. We ran the 4x2 earlier. We ran a 1:33. That's our fastest time of the year. And right now it's leading the state in Class B by at least 2 seconds.
Wow.
The 4x1 we would have been. We still have the state leading time in the 4x1 with a 43.6. But this time here would have just destroyed
Yeah.
that one.
Yeah. We looked like the Chargers were in really good position heading into that final length, and sometimes those are just the breaks. So we have the 1 mile run now. Now, educate me on this. The 1 mile run was how many times around?
Well, this is actually the 3,200 meters, and it's 8 times.
Okay.
8
Gotcha.
laps. And this usually be the one that's the event where you go get to the concession stand and get something to eat before the most exciting, which I feel is the most exciting race of the day, is the mile relay, the 4x4. And it's the last race of the day, so everybody always remembers the last race.
Of course.
And we've been up and down with this one here. We may be fourth in the state with this event right here, but we never could put that 4 combinations together. So we've been trying a lot of different combinations heading into district next week. So after today, we'll be able to sit down and really put together the final 4.
All right. Now, who will be participating for the Chargers in the? What is it? Is it essentially a 4x800? Is that? I'm sorry.
4x4.
Yeah.
Well, we have starting first leg is Chris Garner, which he just ran the 200,
Right.
and he ran his fastest time today in the 200. Second leg is Arthur Stewart, who actually ran a state leading 4x400 meters today. He ran 53.5. That's his fastest time of the year, and it's the fastest time in Class B to date. Third leg we have Corey Brumfield, who placed in the triple jump,
Right.
and he ran third leg on the 4x1 that really ran his
Yeah.
fastest leg
Yes.
today. So we got him, and then we have David Johnson running the anchor leg, and he actually placed second in his heat in the 300 hurdles today. And we gonna reward him with letting him run the anchor leg since Troy is out. We had to find another leg to replace him.
So is Troy completely done? I saw him go down on that hurdle, and I saw him really.
We have to determine if it's a pull or a cramp. If it's just a cramp because he stretched but he didn't cover his legs up, so while he was waiting to run the 100, he got cool.
Right.
So when he started running, he actually started feeling the pain, which he should have stopped, but he didn't, and he tried to keep on going,
Right.
and he got. So we have to get him to the doctor, see exactly what it is. If it's a pull, if it's just a cramp, we
Right.
can work a cramp out, stretch him real good, and he'll be ready for next week.
Okay.
If it's a pull, it's going to be hard to get him in the individual events, but we can actually keep him training to make it to state, and he'll be back on the relays for state, and then we'll be able to go to state with 4 full strong legs.
Okay, and and just one more time, I guess, for the audience and also for myself. Who the four that we had in the 3200? Who in what order was that again? I said Chris was last, right?
In the 4x4,
Right.
the 4x400 meter relay, we got Chris Garner runs first leg.
First, okay.
First leg. Arthur Stewart is second leg. Corey Brumfield is third, and David Johnson is eighth.
David's okay. Gotcha. All right. Well, Coach, best of luck rest of the way. We'll certainly be looking forward to this. About how long are we looking at before this race starts up?
Oh,
Where are you going?
might not be but another 10 minutes.
Okay. Well, that's great. Well, I'm probably going to try to get it field level then. All right. Well, Coach, that was Coach Johnny Duncan. Thanks again. I guess I'll see you guys next week. All right.
I'm looking forward to it.
All righty. Thank you, Coach. That was Coach Johnny Duncan, senior, coach of the Madison Prep Academy Charger track team. As he mentioned, there's going to be a short intermission, and the 4x400 will be starting shortly. That will be the final event for the Chargers. We got one more event left.
One more left. I'm waiting on something. What name? Somebody said they had some lost coming. I ain't seen one yet. No, I mean.
And we're going to go black for just a second while we get back up to the catbird view.
Hey,
How you doing?
guys are doing the announcement.
He stepped out for just a moment. He should be back any minute now.
Where we at? Where we at?
We have, I think the only running event I think we have left is the 4x4.
Okay, we can start. I ain't got no numbers yet.
Mr. Announcer.
Yeah, there you go. I've been waiting on you for the longest.
No, you have. Have I been on you?
Yep, just a minute ago.
I had to make a step out. I had to make a step out.
This is as of the 200 meters. It's winning and random. Let's see. Boys as a 200 meters, 300 hurdles. This is 300 hurdles. Yeah, I think it's because they ran the the 200 hurdles. I'm sorry, the 200 meters. Let's see. Yeah, I got it for you. Hold on a minute.
Yeah. It's already was hot here.
Okay, that was clean up to the 3,200. Then we have the 3,200 class running.
No, we just finished running 3,200.
Right. Well, they're doing the 200.
Against the boys.
They're running some. Oh yeah, they're running.
Did the girls 4x4 just start?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, folks, I've been corrected by the staff here. This 4x4 is actually underway. This is the girls. And we're going to go black for just a moment. So again, we're out here. The girls 4x4 is actually underway. I apologize, folks, for the late start. They kind of, the setup kind of snuck up on me. And we do have Madison Prep right now running second in this event. And Wilkinson County in the lead at the moment as we have an exchange forthcoming. There's the exchange.
There you go. Look good. Look good.
And Madison Prep in second.
There you go. All the way through. Good job.
And here's the exchange right there. So Prep is now taking off.
Hard 110, coach. Hard 110. Hard 110, coach.
And Glen Oaks in third.
What up, man?
How you doing, Coach?
Man, we ain't never got together, man. We got a game tomorrow if you want to come through.
What time?
6 o'clock at Howell Park.
In the evening?
In the evening.
Okay. All right. Where? Howell Park, you said?
Yeah, on Winburn.
If the wife lets me out of the house, I think I could do it.
Well, we play there. We play there again Thursday against Glen Oaks at 4. And then we play next Saturday at 1.
All right, cool. Coach, mind if I get a quick interview with you? It's with Coach Willie Lewis, who's helped out the basketball team, and he's the head coach of the baseball team. Tell me what's going on with the baseball team so far this year.
Well, we're young, you know, we're growing together. And it's a lot of guys, first time ever playing on that diamond, man. They're getting better as the day and the year go along. We're in a tight fight in the district, and we're also fighting for the playoffs. So right now we're looking pretty good.
What's the team's record so far?
Right now the record is 3-10, but the record doesn't suggest how well they done gel together as a team.
It says there's been like some gradual improvement because I saw a couple of box scores in the paper, and I know it was kind of rough, and it looks like that's gradually seemed to come together a little bit.
Yes, sir.
Who are some of the standout players on the team?
Well, I have a lot of great ninth grade class. Derek Page, Brandon Hilliard. I got a great senior in Terrell Dixon, Joseph Boykins, just to name a few. Gerald Blanchard also too.
Okay. All right. Well, fantastic. Well, and Coach, you have a game tomorrow, 6 p.m. Howell Park, and who are you all playing?
We're playing Centerville. It's a big
Okay.
district game.
Right. Okay. Yeah, I remember them from basketball. Well,
Yes.
Coach, best of luck with that. Any chance you could shoot me a roster tonight, just so I'll kind of have an idea what's going on?
Send me your email again.
Okay.
And I'll
So
send you
will.
a roster and a score.
Awesome. Great. That was Coach Willie Lewis of the Madison Prep Academy Chargers baseball team. Meanwhile, the girls 4x4 is concluded, and now I guess we're here for the main event as the boys get ready to go. So Chris Garner's going to lead off for the Chargers.
All my relays. Hey, man.
Then Arthur Stewart. Then Corey Brumfield. And then David Johnson. Coach, it's Chris, Arthur, Corey, and David, right? Okay.
Hey, Philip, we need a block on. We need a block on.
Can I bum an outlet for just a second?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
That'll be 756.
All right. Put it on my tab.
Here you go, babe.
Which 2956?
So,
You got all of them today?
so for the Chargers, Chris Chris Garner will start.
I don't know if your son had told you.
Arthur Stewart, then Corey Brumfield, and David Johnson. Chris Garner getting some final instructions. There's the gun in there. Oh dear, that's not a good start for the Chargers. Not a good start. Looks like Chris Garner dropped the baton. Heading out to shoot.